our citrus cucumber pale ale. It was bottled, I don't know, maybe like about a month ago.
It smells really good.
There's a lot of, it's basically like throughout the boil, just a lot of citra hops. I would say maybe like 4 or 5 ounces of citra hops throughout the boil. And then in the secondary stage of fermentation, we put about 4 pounds of cucumber. And also we dry hopped it with citra hops as well.
So how long did it take you to actually brew this record?
From start to finish, from beginning to now.
Yeah.
From this, we brewed this, I would say maybe 2 months, 2 to 3 months.
Wow. And really, one of the first things I noticed is when I'm smelling it, you could smell it, the honey is definitely in there, and it almost reminds me of like a Belgian beer. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I get that kind of a little bit in there just from the smell.
And it's not like haiku, in that haiku was kind of like the cucumber was more of like a secondary kind of, you got it, but it was more of like, in it, where this is like a home, if you really smell the cucumber, it's like you can tell it's like
it's like really strong.
Like it's there. Like, and it's a darker beer than the haiku was. Try it.
Yeah, I mean,
the cucumber is really strong.
It's really
It's like, but it's not. It's not like. It's hard to explain. It's bitter, and then right at the end you get like that cucumber taste to it, which is like a really long-lasting kind of taste. This is a really, really interesting and kind of. I like this beer. I like exactly how, the finish where you get that cucumber in it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Definitely a very enjoyable beer for lots of the day.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's like, this is more like a spring kind of, summer kind of beer right here. But it's not as light as most spring and summer beers, which is also something that I like about this.
Yeah. No, I think, and the ABV should be around like 6%. So there's a little bit of a punch there, which is, nice. I think that, this is one of the beers that we brewed here, as a group that I'm really proud of. I think it came, it wasn't what I was aiming for, but, the presence that how potent the cucumbers are is really surprising.
Oh, yeah.
And I think actually kind of nice.
All right, so this is a cardamom pale ale. Cardamom was one of the ingredients in here, but those other ingredients in here. The cardamom is not going to be the most forward flavored in here because there was also coriander. We also put bitter orange peel and sweet orange peel. So it's going to be a lot of flavors that balance each other out. But overall, I think it came out pretty delicious.
Wow. Okay, this is really good. I really like this. You get like a little bit of that, like the bitter orange, or the orange peel, and then definitely the coriander is, I'm assuming, what's making it taste a little more bitter. What do you like? Because the notes in here. There's like a lot of different notes right now.
Yeah, go ahead and explain the beer.
So what I did with this beer was we used some Haltertal middle fill hops, and I think I added maybe only half an ounce of citra because it was just laying around and throw it in there. So a lot of the bitterness probably is from the citra because citra is a very, very high alpha acid hop, which means it imparts a lot of bitterness.
Yeah.
And the rest of the flavor is probably the Haltertal hops.
Well, the Little Village Cervezeros, Cesar Nunez, who y'all met earlier, he's been a home brewer for a number of years, and he heard that I started a home brew just through me and talking, and we decided to get a little crew together, and I invited some people I knew who would be interested in, I thought who would be interested in brewing beer, and first time we met, the kind of smallish group, we brewed 2 batches of beer, and the next time we met, the group expanded and we brewed another 2 batches, and every month we get together. Sometimes people come back. The folks you see here today, are I think part of the consistent core. And and every month we meet, we invite new people. We brew some more beer, and I think that's kind of where we're headed towards right now. Yeah. I mean, I think that the people who come to Little Village Cervezeros, they either work in Little Village and live in Little Village, or they're kind of invested in Little Village. Like a staple, I don't know, like we can come and go and I don't think anybody would notice. I think we would like to become something that, is something that brings attention to Little Village in a youth-oriented and a young folks-oriented and like getting together.
I think for me it was just like even really recently, because when we get together I work and I have to get up really early on Mondays, so I never really sit through the full process or like the different parts of the process. So I think being able to follow some of those beers through to the full completion and like helping to bottle and finally like sealing them off and like putting them away to taste them later, I think for me really helped. And I had friends that started this like 4 years back, and it kind of seemed like a really abstract kind of concept, and I was like, oh, that's cool, good for you. But like I think being invited in a really comfortable space and like having other people walking through it, explain things, really help the problem solve, has been like, it made it really accessible and approachable. So yeah.
And really, when making beers, there's nothing you can do that's horribly wrong. There's nothing that you can say, oh my god, I just messed up really, really bad. It's once you get past your first batch and you know the process, you realize how easy it is. And then that's when you start having fun with it. That's when you start saying, oh, I can use this ingredient or that ingredient, because you really know that the margin of error isn't really, you're not really gonna mess up the beer. Like, the thing is, we have batches just to experiment, and each one's different. We haven't really nailed down a beer that we're gonna say this is gonna be our flagship beer. This is gonna be the one that we're gonna produce all the time. So I've liked all the beers that we've made. Some more than others. I really can't say I have a favorite, but I think up there would be the Earl Grey beer that you guys tasted. That one, it's an amazing beer. It has everything is where it should be, and I really enjoyed the cucumber citra pale ale that we brewed, which I think a lot of people are going to enjoy.
I mean, you need a recipe, and you need a brew kettle, and you need some buckets. And then just brew it.
Creativity.
Just do it. Yeah. I mean, I think that, you don't need a lot to brew beer. And even if you don't have, there's still ways to brew beer, where you don't need all the equipment. You can brew in a bag. A lot of people do the Mr. Beer stuff. You can get kits from brew supply stores that just have everything you need in them. All you need is a kettle and some water, So there's a lot of ways to do it, I think all you need to do is just do some minimal research. People at Home Brewing is like blowing up right now. You can go on Dabble, and there's always home brewing classes here. If you know me, you can come, to the Little Village Cervezeros Brew Club meeting, and you can see firsthand what it takes to brew. And I think that people just shouldn't feel intimidated, by the process, because it's really not that complex.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this special edition or special home brewing edition of the Chicago Brew Crew. For more of our great videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You could also find us at Moreno's Liquors on Facebook and Twitter.com. And for a lot of our great beers, you could find us on Beer Menu. And if you would like to see more of these guys, please check them out on Facebook. It's Little Village Cervezeros. Or you come to Little Village yourself and actually watch them brew some of their home brews. Thanks again, you guys. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.